بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is our program, Spirit of Values. This is Dr. Tariq Rashid. We are still in the ocean of the value of effectiveness. We mentioned in the previous episode the concept of the paradigm shift to transfer from being dependent into being independent. And we apply three main principles. The first principle, be proactive, which is the personal vision. The second was begin with the end in mind, which is the personal planning and leadership. And the third was put first things first, which is personal management. Let's go deeply in this value of put first things first in order to get to higher level of values. So the importance of time. Time is like a sword. If you don't cut it, you will be cut with. But Americans says that time is money. At the end, time is very crucial factor in life. It's too short life to waste without knowing your direction. So the idea here is again, put priorities. Set your priorities, and to remind you, a compass is much more important than a clock. Once you decide your destination, time counts. Because of this, we started begin with the end in mind, which is the compass. Then number 3, which is time management and the concept of put first things first. In another study in business and in management, they found the following. 37% only of employees know the real vision and mission of their organizations. Imagine. And 63% of employees just they don't care. If you ask them, what is the vision of your organization? Vision, I'm just doing my job. I take at the end of the month my salary. 37 only know the real vision and mission. Although it is written there, but we don't want it to be written in website. Vision and mission should be here in your heart if you want to go and be proactive and proceed towards effectiveness. 20% they care for the end result, and 80% care for the salary at the end of the month. 20% only they know exactly their job title, their job description towards achieving the goals of the organization, and 80% they just doing the how without relating with the why, which is the big picture. 15% of the employees just believing and they are existing for a value, and 85 they don't even care what is value. The disaster is 20% trust their managers. And just to remind you, trust is one of the most important high values. And what are things that will enhance the value of a trust? Loyalty. Loyalty will enhance trust. But how can I be loyal to an organization or to a family if I actually apply two concepts? First, credibility. Do they treat me with fairness, justice, honesty? And are our managers satisfying competency and being able to help us? This will apply loyalty. This will apply trust. If trust is there, for sure, we achieve effectiveness. Imagine 20% only of employees trust their top management and 80% don't trust. When trust is not there, for sure, no effectiveness is there. The other problem is in the last statistics. 13% only believe in the team spirit, in the we, and 87% believe in the I. By this, for sure, no effectiveness. When this research was done by Stephen Covey establishment in 2001 and 2002, this is a terrible statistics. They get back to think, why do we have such terrible statistics? And they reverse back starting with the trust. If we apply trust and we apply the team spirit, for sure we'll go and proceed. And this is the concept. First things first. Get there. Don't let roadblocks knock you off your course of life, off your track. And this, you have to apply some principles. Say yes to the most important and learn to say no. You know, some people cannot say no. They just refuse to say no. They cannot say no. They just say always yes, always yes. Test yourself. Whenever you feel your heart is telling you no, tell it no. But some people here is no, no, and they just go yes. Come on, guys. We have to say no to the less important issues in our life. This is the concept of put first things first. Learn how to say no. And there is a good book, a reference, Learn to Say No. First things first, simply it's two issues. Learn to make priorities and manage your time, and learn to overcome fear and peer pressure. Just be free, feel freedom, say no to the less important issues in your life. And here we have what we call the quadrants of the priorities. So usually we discuss it with urgency and important, urgency and important. The first is what we call very important, very urgent. Very important, very urgent. Believe it or not, most people are here. Very important, very urgent. Very important, but this is what we call procrastinator people, who are just wasting time, always looking for the deadline. And once the deadline comes, they are dead with stress. So urgent and important, urgent and important. Most managers are here. This is actually what we call the stress quadrant, the suiciding quadrant. Move, please, towards quadrant number 2, which is do important issues, not necessarily urgent, but important. Planning for your life, creativity, going for new services, new products for organizations, new relations with others. This is being, you are on the right track by setting priorities. Please be in quadrant number 2. The problem is if we are in quadrant number 3. Not important but urgent. Not important but not urgent. Always saying yes, yes. If you always hear you are routine, you will lose for sure. And the disaster is in being in number 4. Not in urgent, not important, is called the slacker. So re-energize yourself, rethink of this. It's a very important value of set priorities. First things first, and this is an example of what we do. The procrastinators people, always important and urgent. Exam tomorrow, it's very important, very urgent. A friend or a family gets injured, very important, very urgent. We are late for work, very important. Project due to, this will stress you. Move towards being a people or person who look for priorities. Not urgent, but very important. Setting your goals, essay due in a week, exercising, relationships, relaxation, creativity. And the problem if you are in number 3, which is not important but urgent. The yes man or the yes woman. Unimportant phone calls, routine tasks, interruptions by people, peer pressure. And the disaster again is in number 4. Not urgent, not important. You are the slacker. Too much TV, too much WhatsApp, socializing, time wasters, endless phone calls. Set this quadrant and please try to set your percentage in using this. By percentage I mean, how do you divide your time? This is quadrant number 1. Perfect people who lead their life, who are very proactive, don't allow this more than 20% of their tasks. And 60 to 65% of their time is here, planning, organizing, relationships, moving towards our health, etc. It is not urgent but important, and this should not exceed 10%, and this is 5% on maximum. This is for successful people, but others, usually you will find they are doing totally the opposite. 65% of their time, urgent and important, urgent and important. This will end by stress. And once you end with stress, you will get lots of sickness. Hoping that you keep your health, please, and move towards this by set first things first. This is the idea of this concept that will transfer you into being from dependent into independency. So how to increase your time here? Shrink Q1. Don't procrastinate issues. Just give time and allow it. Say no to these issues. So shrink this, say no here, eliminate this in your life. For sure, you will reach a higher level of being effective by using this concept. This will help you also plan weekly. Don't plan daily. If you plan daily, you are stressing yourself. Plan weekly. Set, for example, just by the end of the week, take your time, set the plan for the next week, take 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Allow some times in your life to plan for yourself. List the most important things you need to do this week. Limit the number to not more than 10, please. These are what we call big rocks. The big rocks are the most important but not urgent. Allow them here and schedule them. Look at each role you fill in life. For example, there are 8 roles we can play in life. Being an employee, being a father or mother, being a husband or wife, you have parents, so you have fathers and mother, you have friends, you have society, you have your organization, you have your self also, and relation with God. So if you look to this, your roles in life, and plan it weekly, you are here, you are applying this concept of being effective. So also, step 2, block out time for big rocks. So here, plan for here, please. Plan for these issues, the big rocks. Your relations is a big rock. Your family is a big rock. Achieving your dreams in life is a big rock. But playing cards, wasting time on TV, it's here or here. So always schedule. According to this, you will master, you will lead a successful life for sure. And here, just do this. Where do you spend your time? Just do this, please. Calculate how many hours at work, for example. Assume someone who is working from, for example, from Saturday till Friday. Let's take the highest level of working hours. From Saturday till Thursday. So we have 6 days. And you are going for 8 hours. 6 times 8, 48 hours. You are an employee. And usually you should sleep around 8 hours a day. So in 7 days you go for 56 hours sleeping. How many hours in a week do we have? If daily we have 24. So 24 by 7. How much? 24 by 7. So 7 by 4, 28. Then 14, 18, 122 hours. So you are still having 60 hours a week. Can you benefit from this? So make these calculations. How much time you waste? How much time you are applying your relations by this? You reach a concept. And usually, time management generations went through different generations. The first generation of time management depends on checklist. Checklist means I have a checklist, I have to do this, not that. So you just go for the checklist like this. This is the first generation. We are still doing this. The second generation look for what we call the calendars. So we start having a weekly calendar showing the days, Saturday, Monday, etc., then this is called calendar, and we are using it. The third time management generation, set objectives. Define your goals. Get back to the first episode of effectiveness. Begin with the end in mind. Set your personal direction. So these are the time management generation. But the most important is the fourth. What is the fourth time management generation? It's balancing your P with your PC. This is the balance. What is P? P, production. What is PC? Production capacity. If you want to have production, you should have production capacity. Production capacity is your health. If your health is okay, for sure, you will go to work, you will gain your salary. But imagine that you are stressing your life, your health starts decreasing, you are now very sick. What production? No production. The concept of the fourth generation balance between P and your PC. Be accurate. Define your production capacity. This will help you to get to your production. Successful people will go through this concept, balancing production versus production capacity. And they just summarize it like this. A farmer found at 5 a.m. early morning a golden egg in his farm by one of the chicken. So he sold this and get some money. The second day at 5 a.m., another golden egg by the same chicken, and he get lots of money. Third day, he also find another golden egg. So he said, let's open this chicken and slaughter it to get all the gold. No gold, zero gold. So the concept, the production came from the chicken, and the production is gold. The chicken was giving the gold. If you kill the chicken, you are killing the production. So the idea of this concept by which we end the three first principles in the value effectiveness is the idea: balance your production with production capacity by setting your priorities in life. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.